Hi, everybody, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 35 of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. I'm your host, Moshe Klein. Spotlight introduces you to successful small business owners who share content and information that you don't want to miss. Today, I'm especially pleased to welcome my friend and networking partner, excuse me, Dave Richmond. Dave's an independent associate with LegalShield and IDShield. Dave, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me today, Moshe. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. I appreciate you and all that you do, not only for me and my family. You're an excellent networking partner. I appreciate the opportunity to introduce you to all of our listeners who can maybe find out just a little bit more in the few minutes we have together about the wonderful products and services that your company offers. Why don't we start out? Tell us, how long have you been with LegalShield, Dave?
I've been an independent associate with LegalShield going on 11 years.
Wow. Now, how did you choose to, associate yourself with LegalShield? Why LegalShield from all the other companies that are out there?
I mean, my story is kind of, I had a 30-year corporate career. The company that I was working for decided to make some changes, and I was actually part of their change. They outsourced my job overseas and they kicked me out the door. And what I learned from that experience is I never want to work corporate America again. I got introduced to the LegalShield opportunity at a networking event actually, and it just totally made sense to me. Prior to jumping on board, I had a situation where I went through a divorce, and I saw the value of the service immediately. So if I saw the value of the service, I basically, thought that I can, help other folks, access affordable legal access for that nominal fee. So I jumped on board immediately, and here I am, 11 years later.
Well, I've known you proudly for all of that time. I'm proud to associate myself with you personally as a networking partner, and I'm a very proud and satisfied client of yours and LegalShield's and IDShield's. So you're helping my family for sure, and I'd like to share some of my happiness and a particular story with you and with our listeners. I think recently, within the last month or two, I was alerted by IDShield to some bad information on my credit report. As it turns out, somebody fraudulently opened an account with a gas company in the Chicagoland area in my name, and a past due collection account appeared for about $3,000 owed to the gas company. Well, that wasn't my wife or I. I immediately got in touch with IDShield, and within 15 to 20 minutes, they had contacted the gas company, put a fraud alert on my credit reports, and I got a letter confirming that that issue has been completely resolved with the gas company. That case is closed. My wife and I are no longer identified as the people who owe that money. I have never in my adult life ever have experienced such excellent customer service and such a quick resolution to such a difficult problem. So first of all, thank you as a satisfied client. Tell us maybe a little bit more. How does IDShield work? Start from the beginning. If somebody says, yeah, Dave, I have a problem, or I'm frightened that I'll be a victim in the future, where do you go from there?
So IDShield is an identity theft protection and restoration service. What it does is it actually monitors your identity on a 24/7 basis. If somebody opens up an account in your name, checks your credit report, does something negative and derogatory towards your identity, you will actually be alerted by the IDShield product. You take a look at that alert. If that wasn't you that actually did that caused that alert, what you do is you call the 800 number. You speak with a identity theft specialist, a licensed fraud investigator that will explain to you what that alert is about. And if you determine that wasn't you that actually caused that, you've actually got a licensed fraud investigator that'll restore your identity back to where it was prior to being taken. It's not a matter of if it happens to you, if identity theft happens to you, it's simply a matter of when. So what ID Shield does is gives you the tools to be proactive in protecting your identity when it should actually happen to you.
Well, it did happen to me, and I would not have known about it unless ID Shield sent me that alert. That app is on my phone and on my tablet, and I'm using it really every day of the week. I will even add to your story, not only are they monitoring my credit reports, they're monitoring my bank accounts, our use of our credit cards if something unusual pops up, and even our social media. One time, a friend of mine posted something to my Facebook account, and ID Shield picked up on it that there may be something perhaps that I wouldn't approve. It turns out it was perfectly fine, but the vast coverage, the comprehensive coverage really helps me to sleep better at night. So thank you again for that. You know, Dave, we're quickly running out of time, so I don't want to not give you a chance to talk about Legal Shield as well. My wife and I have that service. That also is an amazing and an amazingly affordable service. Could you tell our listeners just briefly, how does Legal Shield work and why would somebody want to take advantage of that program?
Sure. Legal Shield is a service that's offered throughout the whole United States and Canada. It's affordable legal access. Legal Shield offers legal plans for personal use, for small businesses, for commercial truck drivers, for people carrying weapons. So there's a lot of services that Legal Shield offers. There's things that happen in people's lives and in the life of a small business owner that require legal assistance. But a lot of times that person is not going to call an attorney because they really don't have the money to make that phone call. So Legal Shield levels the playing field and gives you the ability to make that call anytime you need to speak with an attorney. You're not paying to have conversations with the attorney. They'll review contracts, they'll write letters, they give you a will included in the service. So it's affordable legal access, nominal monthly fee, basically.
Very nominal, I might add. You know, it's funny, we are out of time, but I want to just mention my wife and I have a will. We have to update it. In the will, our children are married and they have children of their own, but in the will, it states that my oldest child is responsible for marrying off and educating our younger child if something were to happen to us. So it's time to update that will. And I found out just recently that is a free benefit to our membership in Legal Shield. So we're going to take advantage of that very soon. Dave Richmond, I'm absolutely certain that our listeners are going to have more questions. And rather than having them call me, let them reach out directly to you. I want to give you a shameless shout out. How can our listeners reach out to you privately, confidentially for a free consultation?
Sure. My telephone number is 847-744-2605, or they can also reach out to me via email. My email address is Richmond, Richmond, the number 22 at LegalShieldAssociate.com. As Moshe indicated, give me a call. I'll give you a no obligation education of what the services are to basically see if they're, a benefit to you. And we'll take it from there.
Dave, thank you. And I just want to ask you one final point of clarification. Even though you're based in the Chicago area, you service clients all over the country. Is that correct, Dave?
Yeah, that's correct, Moshe. I can offer the legal and the identity theft plans throughout the whole United States and Canada.
All right, Dave Richmond, we are out of time. I want to thank you sincerely for taking time out of your very busy day at the holiday time. I know you're speaking with small business owners who offer Legal Shield and ID Shield to their workers, to their employees and contractors as holiday gifts. It's a perfect and appropriate and useful holiday gift. Dave Richmond, independent associate with Legal Shield and ID Shield, thank you again for being a guest on Spotlight Spotlight on small business. If you'd like to be a guest on Spotlight, just send an email to team@powernetworkingteam.com and we'll make those arrangements right away. Until next time, good luck and good networking, everybody.